Are we live? Action! What's up? What's up? John Melton, Marina Simone in the house, fired up and excited. It is May 1st, y'all. And I'm excited because number one, we just came off our biggest month of our network marketing career. I know Marina had an epic, gigantic, super duper fantastic month as well. In fact, since we partnered up, just had her biggest month. Her and her team are absolutely crushing it. So there's lots to be thankful for, lots to be excited about. But here's the dealio. Marina also has a phenomenal brand, Moms and Heels. In fact, those of you that are watching the replay, those of you hopping on live, drop some heels in the comments if you know and love Marina Simone. And I can tell you, she's gone out and created so much success. But more importantly, she's helped so many other online entrepreneurs, specifically mamas, go out there and create success inside of their businesses. Some of them are network marketers. Some of them are online entrepreneurs building their own personal brand. And if you know how we roll here on My Lifestyle Academy, which by the way, we are live on Facebook. We are live inside of our social marketing recruiting bootcamp. We are live on Twitter, YouTube, and we're going to repurpose this conversation for our brand new podcast that launches today. Look at that. So literally today we're launching our podcast. Yeah. Okay. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. So we're very excited to have Marina Simone on because number one, she's super successful, but number two, most importantly, she has helped so many other people have success. And you know, we got to highlight her because she is the best when it comes to this specific conversation of prospecting influencers. How many of us would be excited to double our business, quadruple our business, 10x our business by simply bringing on people that maybe know more people than us, that have more influence than us? They're already building a personal brand. Maybe they've got 10,000 followers on Instagram. Maybe they've got 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. Maybe they have 1 million Twitter followers, whatever. Bottom line, if you bring people to the table that have more influence than you, would you agree? If they go out and have success, you get an override, even if they out earn you. Go team, go. Right. So just understand that she's going to give you her number one script that gets responses every time. She's going to talk about her famous 3-3-3 formula that I guarantee for those of you that want to do some cold market prospecting, you want to have conversations with people that you don't know, but you don't know how to approach them. You don't know what to say. This is a formula that you should absolutely start implementing in your business if you aren't already. And like I said, you can talk to people with more influence than you. It's extremely effective. So grab a pad of paper, grab a pen. And by the way, you should share this. You should tag some teammates, anybody you know that wants to bring influencers into their business, or they want to have success with cold marketing, prospecting. I think they'll get value from this conversation. So Marina Simone, how you feeling? How you doing? Welcome to the show.
Good. I'm so honored that I get to be the first podcaster. Or person on the podcast or whatever that is. I mean, I'm honored. Shush over there. I got to tell them shush over there. So I'm excited to be here and really like dive deep into this topic because I think one of the biggest problems is people think they have to be an influencer to get influencers. And that's actually the biggest bunch of horse poo ever. You don't have to be an influencer because I sure wasn't. And so I'm excited to really dive deep. But thank you again for bringing me on and letting me be here and talk to your humans because you know how much I value everything that you and Nadia do for our community. So thank you.
Well, and the good thing is you've been very successful inside network marketing, but you've also crushed it on social media. You're an absolute genius when it comes to branding, marketing, putting content out there, helping people identify their voice and how to show up on social. And you've been such an inspiration. You're one of my favorite trainers, one of my favorite people to promote to my audience. In fact, I probably had you on, you know, our various social platforms more than anybody else because you always have such phenomenal content. And I know we've got a lot of people on here. We've got Dora in the house. Ruth, thanks for sharing. Luz, how's it going? Steve, good afternoon. I'm in Maryland. You're in Jersey. Very cool. Marina's down in Florida. That's right. She's in Florida, sunny Florida, enjoying the probably 85-degree weather. North Carolina in the house. What's up, Vicky? Annette, how we doing? I know a lot of you already know Marina. If you don't, make sure you follow her on the gram, on the book face. and and we're going to have some fun. So, Marina, would love for you to start off with, for the individuals that don't know you, what is your background? What makes you an expert? Maybe you could share some of what you've done in the past, and then we can get into the training. Really excited.
Yeah. So when I first got started in any kind of promotion, kind of business, whatever, I was working in the club scene. I mean, I was talking about this the other day and I was like, oh, this is where the branding kind of started. I would have to create like these brands for what, like every Thursday night at this club, Ibiza, that we worked at. And I was the bottle girl and I would sell the bottles, but I also themed it out. And then we would have to promote it. So we used MySpace and we used Facebook and we used all these different ways to invite people to the club. And I would upsell people to buy bottles. So when I thought about it the other day, I was like, oh, we're kind of, that's how that's where it kind of started for me. But then I had a baby. So I had to move into getting a real job, right? I couldn't do the club thing anymore. And so so I went from making fast money to, oh, I have to make like a 40-hour week paycheck, but it wasn't cutting it. You know, I went to school for 4 years. I got a degree in accounting and I ended up working for a third-party company in Amazon in a cubicle with 3 computers on my desk and missed my daughter take her first steps because I was working overtime and she was a daycare. And so when I got introduced to network marketing, it was kind of like the OMG, this is a way out kind of feeling. But I sucked for 2 years because we were building belly to belly. And as a mom trying to get a sitter, driving 2 hours and no one showing up to meetings, I almost gave up. I almost gave up completely. And
what year was that?
That was 2012.
2012. Got it.
So 2012.
So it's been 8 years. That's it. That's crazy.
Yeah. So 2012 to 2013, 2014 sucked. Had no idea what I was doing and I had no influence. That was a thing. It was just me marketing to people that already knew my past and knew me as the girl that was selling bottles and dancing at bars. Let's be clear, right? That's what I was doing, having a good old time over there. And now I was like, hey, let's go make money and build a business together. And they're like, not you, dude. Just not happening with you. So then I was like, oh, wait a minute. I was talking to complete strangers, inviting them to buy, you know, a $200 bottle of vodka. Why can't I invite them to a $200 sign up? Like, why can't I do that on social media? And so there was no MySpace that had like gone away. So I was like, oh, let me use Facebook. And so what ended up happening is within a 90-day period, we did amazing things. We can't say exactly those things are because of the FTC now, but we did amazing things. And my whole business changed and I became a full-time network marketer in 2014 and then started building my brand in 2015, 16. And here we are now.
That's incredible. And then for you, obviously you latched on to social media pretty early on. Just like a lot of us, you know, we mostly use social media at this point, but some of us were early adapters. Some of us started figuring out some things early on. I remember you putting out videos on Facebook and providing value, like you said, building your personal brand. When did you make the switch to Instagram? And obviously you still use Facebook, but I feel like Instagram is like your money platform. That's where you spend most of your time. I know you have a course on Instagram and Instagram is something that you teach quite a bit. So would love to know, when did you kind of transition into spending more time on IG? And then what's that 333 formula and how long ago did you figure out that as well? Yeah.
So, let's see, Instagram, I've always been on. It was always my thing, but it was just more like personal. And I was just sharing like me and my daughter. And then I just started to see that it was easier to connect with complete strangers on Instagram because there wasn't that friend request game. Like, oh, she's not my friend. We can't talk. There's not that defense wall that's up for people over on Instagram. So once I figured that out in 2015, I was like, game on. Like, we're just going to go have some fun. But I was building on both. Because Facebook, we utilized the groups. And then so on Instagram, it was just like connecting to leads faster. Whereas Facebook, I didn't have to play, like I had to play the friend request game and it was literally getting on my nerves, to be honest. So that was, 2015. And then there were no Instagram stories at the time either. It was just the feed. So, and the DMs were weird. So everything was weird, but it still was working because what I found is that people that wanted influence, bloggers, people that were building brands and people that kind of already got what I got and what you got were over on Instagram. And so I was like, well, if they already get it, I don't have to do the whole explanation that I do to complete strangers on Facebook. Make money from your phone. No, I can do that conversation on Instagram because everybody got it. And so it was just like, it wasn't like pulling teeth to have that kind of conversation. So when that became more simple for me, I feel like I got on fire with the confidence and the posture of being able to talk to anyone.
Right on. And then where did the 333 come from? And when do you feel like you started identifying like, this is not only working for me, but this is something that anybody can do and implement?
You know, I'm just going to be 100. Prospecting is not fun for me. I don't like it. Like I just don't, but I have to do it. Right. So whether it's for my brand, whether it's for my business, whatever it is, you have to prospect. I'm an introvert. So being behind the computer made it easier. But what I found is that if I was going to cold market message people and I got rejected too many times, then I was like, no. And then I would completely freeze and do nothing in my business. So it was like, how can I warm someone up faster than I was in the friend zone for years sometimes. I was in the friend zone for 6 months sometimes before I would ask if someone was open. And it was hurting my business. So I needed to find the in-between. How can I rip the Band-Aid off quicker and ask if they're open, but not feel like a total ugh because I was just being their friend for that reason. And
can you hold on one? Can you all drop it to the comments? I'm curious how many of you feel that way, where you feel like you don't know what to say. You don't want to feel like you're building fake rapport and you're just kind of being nice just to like figure out if you can recruit them. Does anyone else ever feel that way? Because I think a lot of us can relate to what you just said. Smash that heart button and just let us know if you can relate to this. Cause I think that right there is such a big deal. It's like, you know, you feel icky prospecting, getting rejected. You don't know them. You're kind of doing it too soon. Right. But then also you don't want to just like be in the friend zone. It's like, hey, how's the weather? Like, how's it going? Your kid's cute. Like
you're asking that question that gets the same answers of the question you're asking. How are you? Great. I'm doing great too. Great. Awesome. Great.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, cool. Sorry to cut you off. But
no, that's okay.
That's such a good point.
And it's important for everyone to understand that even when you are hitting the certain success point, whatever that means to you, we still have those feelings of like, I don't want to prospect. So just know that we all have to push through it. So but what I realized is that something that I love, other people love too. Compliments. And I was like, oh, what if I just compliment people for 3 days straight and then ask if they're open? They'll probably have their guard down a little bit more, no? And all of a sudden it was like, whoa, these people, even if they weren't open, when I ripped the Band-Aid off and asked if they were open after kissing their tushy for 3 days, basically, right? They were still paying attention to me and they were converting a couple months down the road or 6 months down the road or even a year down the road. In fact, someone I enrolled 4 days ago was an Instagram influencer that literally has been watching me from this 333 method for a year. Right. So it just was something that I was like, no brainer. And then I was like, what if my team was doing that to 10 new people a day? That's 300 300 Band-Aids being ripped off. So it was like a no brainer. So there you go. There's your $1 million go rip off the Band-Aid conversation.
I love it. And could you break down that 333? Because it is so simple and it makes sense because you're building real connections and you're not necessarily going into it with the idea that in 3 days they're going to be joining my team. Does it happen? Yes. Will they buy your product in 3 days? Sometimes, of course. But like you said, one of those individuals you started connecting with and just built that rapport over time. And you know what? Sometimes it happens naturally because you actually connect with someone that you relate to. Sometimes it's a little awkward because maybe you're talking to someone that you don't have as much in common. But ultimately, after a year of building up that relationship and her following you, she's in your business. And sometimes that's the hard part for network marketers because we live in this instant gratification society, that microwave society. It's like, I just got to hurry up and hit these goals and make a full-time income. And that's just not reality. And when you have commission breath, that is when you turn off a lot of really good people. Again, smash that hard button if you can relate to this conversation, because if you remember dating, now dating, it's been a while, right, baby?
Yeah.
It's been a while. But Marina, same thing, right? Been a while, but we all remember when we would have someone that seemed, even if they were attractive, you're like, that's not, I'm interested in that. And then you have a conversation, you're like, no, never mind. Too eager. You're like, there's something off about this person. You never want to have the energy that I need you more than you need me. Does that make sense to everybody? Smash that heart button. So let's break down this 333. Oh, and then you have the one script that you love for reaching out.
So one of the things to understand with this 333 is if you're going to be prospecting influencers, you have to understand that influencers are attracted to the type of person that knows what they want, knows where they're going, and knows the impact they want to make. Because influencers think a little bit different than the person that's just going to their 9 to 5 every day and living the use, right? So you need to understand that. So if you come at an influencer with this posture of, hey, you might like what I've got for you, and if not, it's okay. That's not even ever going to work. And they're going to look at your followers and they're going to look at your likes and they're going to look at your comments and be like, peace. Instead, you need to make that impression immediately with them with the posture of, I've got your back and I can show you how this will work. And that has been something for me that was amazing because, again, I don't have this amazing past and I had made all this money. No, I had to position myself with posture of, look, I know what I want. I know where I'm going and I know how to take you there too. Sometimes it's just as simple as that. So you need to compliment them on their accomplishments, right? So keep this in mind, and I'm going to go through the 333. Compliment them on their accomplishments. Whoa, John, dude, you're freaking killing it. Look at the impact you're making. Congratulations, dude. Like, hands down, amazeballs, right? Like, that's how I would, like, hello, right? Come out like that. And then show them, like, who you are by sharing your mission statement. John, look, I think you and I could definitely make an impact together somehow, some way. Maybe not today, maybe tomorrow. I teach busy women how to slay online sales by defining their brand and identifying their mission statement and making an impact and going from the cubicle to the throne. Maybe you know some women I can help. I might know some people that you can help. What do you think? Right? And just have that little conversation. Ask them theirs. What's your mission statement? What's your impact you want to make? Have that conversation, compliment them, do that back and forth for 3 days through their Instagram stories, through their posts, through the DMs, and then rip that Band-Aid off. Rip it off and ask, look, listen, I would totally kick myself, John. I've been watching you. I've been watching what you're doing. I feel like we just have this, we have this thing where I know what I want, you know what you want. We're going to go freaking impact some people and make some money. Are you open to taking a look at how I do that and see if it fits in with what you're already doing? You have this amazing following. I don't know if you're already making money off of it or not, but I can show you how. And that's where it's different from a conversation with someone who doesn't have a following. I don't know if you're already making money off of your following or not, but if you're not, I can show you how. Let me explain why I say that. There are people making lots and lots of income from Instagram with no following. And there are people that have 1 million followers making no income. See, you've got it in your head. You need to let that go. Come with that posture, compliment and connect for 3 days and rip the Band-Aid off.
It's so true because I heard a stat. I think it was actually, I interviewed Fraser the other day. I think he was the one that originally said this. If it wasn't him, it was someone else, but I think it was him. He said 90% of the Instagram influencers that have over 10,000 followers, 90% of them do not monetize.
No, not at all.
And there's 9 million people that have over 10,000 followers.
Oh, for sure. And the problem with it too is this, because they see the whole get paid to post, right? No. Especially in network marketing, teach them how to get paid over and over again, not just one time. Some of these people are getting paid $100 or just getting sent free product to make a post on Instagram. I don't even entertain people who send me messages like that. I don't even entertain them. Why? Because I know that residually with network marketing and a product that you love, that you share in your stories once a week, and then you ask people if they're open with the 333, what are you doing? You're going to build a residual income from the Instagram platform. And here's another key. If you think about the Instagram influencers, think about the Facebook influencers. Who are the admins of these groups with hundreds and thousands of people in it. They're influencers too, and half of them built the group by accident. They're not making money either.
It's true.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the beauty, right? It's
Yes.
these people have done something organically. Not all of them, but a lot of them have done something organically, and they want to get paid. They just don't know a way to do it that's congruent with their brand. They don't want to do something that jeopardizes their integrity. And that makes sense, right? Those individuals worked hard to build it up, and they want to make sure they identify something that's aligned with their beliefs. And really, it does boil down to belief. Like if they knew your product was legit and the opportunity was legit, they would absolutely promote it to their audience. But here's the truth. It's not typically about the product or the company. And some people might debate that and say, no, that the product's relevant. Sure, but it's more about your relationship and the trust they have with you. And trust might take a little time to build up. It's certainly not going to happen after one conversation.
No.
But you're planting that seed. And here's the thing you guys have to think about. And this is how I can prove it. If Oprah Winfrey joined any of your companies, because I know we got people on here from various companies. We have a lot of people from our company, from our team, but there's people from a lot of other companies watching this as well. And the truth is, if Oprah Winfrey joined your company right now, if she joined your company right now, she could sell more of the products than you could. So it's not just the products. It's not just the company. It's the individual promoting it. That's why they need us. When I hear someone say, oh, product sells itself, I'm like, really? Product sells itself? Interesting. Why would they need us if it sells itself? Exactly. So it's about you. It's about you working on you. It's about you developing these skills and the mindset and all the things that most network marketing companies are teaching. But this is some next level stuff, because here's the thing. I don't expect any of you to prospect influencers only. I don't expect you to prospect influencers every day, but man, if you just made this a part of your routine, maybe once a week, maybe once a day, but only for like 10 minutes, you just focus on people with admin rights to a big Facebook group, maybe someone that has a lot of subscribers on YouTube, Instagram influencers, people with a large following on Facebook or Twitter.
How about TikTok? They're definitely not making money off TikTok right now. That I can promise you.
And they say 97% of marketers are not using TikTok yet. 97% of the competition is not using
TikTok. 200 leads one day from TikTok.
Did y'all hear that? 200 leads in one day.
And I don't post every day.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So get on TikTok. Stop questioning it. Just do it.
And the neat thing too, just to go back to Instagram, you can put your Instagram link or whatever, the little come on, what's it called?
The thing to attach it.
There you go. The thing to attach it. There you go. So when you go to someone's TikTok, right there, it leads you to their Instagram or their YouTube channel. You notice Facebook isn't connected to it. I found that interesting, but at this time it's YouTube or TikTok. So those of you that are putting content on TikTok, you can then drive them to your Instagram, not in every video, not all the time, but sometimes it'll happen naturally. Sometimes you can actually encourage them to go over there. And what I love about TikTok, and I know this isn't about TikTok necessarily, however, when you create a TikTok, the beauty is you can then repurpose it for your Instagram stories, for your IGTV or Facebook or whatever. So there's a lot of neat things you can do over there. We have a whole blog on TikTok. If you want the information, let us know. We'll send it over to you. But TikTok's powerful. All these platforms have potential. And the truth is, there's people with huge followings on every single platform. You just have to figure out which one you want to spend your time on. I personally think Instagram is still a beast. And like you said, Marina, I love that you pointed that out. You don't have to play the friend request game, right? You guys are just following each other. Nobody has to be friends or know each other to get in the DM. And another thing that I just wanted to throw out there too, that I have found to be very effective is, look, here's how I look at it. You got to look from a different perspective. Look at it from the eyes of the influencer. They're probably getting pitched all the time to promote things and sell things, especially if they have a big audience. Like if it's over 100,000 followers, I guarantee they're getting hit up all the time. I get hit up often, and I don't even have a big following on Instagram, nor do I spend a lot of time over there. And I get hit up all the time. I can only imagine what someone with 100,000, 500,000, a million followers gets. But here's how to stand out. Think about it. What do you think they want? They want people to share their stuff.
All day. Collaboration.
Right. Collaboration is key. share some of their content, share some of their stuff, because there's a chance that number one, that'll get their attention, that'll build up that law of reciprocity, the rapport, the trust, whatever. And there's a chance that by you sharing their stuff, they're going to reshare what you shared about them. There's so many little things that you can do differently if you start making it about the individual and how you can help them, and how it's not about you making a sale and you making a buck, but how what you do could benefit them and their audience. So start thinking differently. What else would you say to someone that maybe is, starting small, right? They have maybe 50 followers, 500 followers, maybe they even have a couple thousand, but they don't spend a lot of time on Instagram. They're not really sure how to kind of show up on IG. What would you tell someone like that that's liking the idea of bringing on an influencer, bringing on someone with a following, but they're not really sure how to show up so they can start to build up their credibility and put out content, that sort of thing?
Yeah. So this is just a great example. When I was a snob on Instagram, where I thought it was just like, oh, your followers meet, because that's what we were trained to do.
Right.
I actually lost a really good influencer because I didn't know she had a Facebook group of 300,000 people, but she only had 200 followers on Instagram. So just keep that in mind, people. Yeah. So don't judge a book by its cover. So be careful. What I would say though is get really, really good at being consistent at something. And so if you can 3 influencers a day, and you can be consistent with your stories, and you can post like once every other day, you're good. You're good. Like, I hope you know that you don't have to like get 1 million likes on something for it to matter for one person. I said this yesterday to a client. I said, look, if you have influence over one person, you're an influencer. You have an influence over 10 people, you're an influencer. Millions, it's the same thing, because you're making an impact. So don't look at the numbers as much, but find that consistency. The 333 has worked for me for every one of my businesses. My brother-in-law, he's on Twitch and he does the gaming. And so he 333s on Twitter. And what has that done? That's brought him more subscribers. Has nothing to do with network marketing. It works. Trust me. So just do it, and get your teams doing it. I promise you it works.
I love it. And then one more time, the 333, what's each 3 stand for?
So you're going to do 3 comments on 3 of their posts, reply to 3 of their stories, and do it for 3 days.
Love it.
And that's complimenting and connecting. On the 3rd day, which is really the 4th day, you're going to rip the Band-Aid off and ask if they're open to taking a look, collaborating with you, or monetizing off of the following that they have.
I love it. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's good.
You guys getting some value from this? Smash that heart button if this makes sense. How many of us are going to start 333ing? Annette says, can you give a clear list? Well, hopefully that was a clear list, Annette.
Yeah.
She just broke down. So essentially it's 9 comments over 3 days on their public posts.
Yep.
It's 9 responses to their stories, their IG stories, their Facebook stories. What I love about responding to stories, and I talk about this often, is you get directly in their inbox. I love that. I mean, you're right. It's like, what do I say to this person? How do I message them? What should I talk about? And it's like, just respond to their story and boom, you're right in the inbox, like butter, baby. Come on.
Like butter. I love it.
That's so cool. And then for somebody that's on here that's wanting to learn more, maybe they want to get more information on this, where would they follow you? How can they find you? What would you recommend?
Yeah. So my, oh gosh, you probably can hear the noise in the background. But my Instagram handle is Marina and Simone. So it's at Marina and ANN Simone, SIMONE. And that's my Twitter, not Twitter. I don't do Twitter. That's my TikTok as well. And TikTok is just fun for me right now. I'm doing marketing, but I'm driving people back to my Instagram or Facebook, just Marina Simone, my business page. You can
there we go.
Likey like. And
then y'all got to get in that Moms and Heels group. So, only for the moms, only for the mama entrepreneurs.
So here's the thing. We're, and you don't have to necessarily be a mom, just a woman. But like the dudes, let's try to get in there. I'm like, what's the real reason you want to be in the group? You know what I mean?
Amen. All right, cool. Well, guys, listen, I hope you got a lot of value from that. Do you have suggestions to build your IG following? Yeah, Anna, I think she talked a little bit about it, but just starting to provide value, show up, do one thing, focus on one thing, whether that's video, whether that's content. And also, Marina, would you mind doing the script one more time? The one script?
Yeah, I have a couple. So hold on. Okay. Maybe I'll
boom,
give you
look
guys
at
a copy of this so you can stick this on your show notes for your podcast.
Oh, there we go. Now we're talking.
Oh, hey. All right. So here's an example. I'll give you guys one really quickly for hair. How's that? Because there's beauty influencers, there's hair influencers,
Yes.
right? So here, let's do this one. Hairdresser example. You 333 them. Hey, name, listen, I love your energy. Compliment them on something. And I would totally kick myself if I didn't ask if you were open to taking a look at what I do to make money from my following. I'm working with other hairdressers just like you. Super busy with a company I partnered with, our famous blank product. I'm helping women just like you do X. You got to enter in whatever your other product is. Are you open to taking a look at how this can complement the business you have right now to make an extra, I don't know if we're allowed to say that, a month leveraging social media? If not, we don't, no worries. So what I'll do is I'll make sure that Nadia gets these. So this way you can share to your email list or to wherever you want to give these to. I'll share it to you guys in Evernote. So I'll have Marissa send that over for you.
Well, and I love how simple it is too, right? You just pop in the question. If they say yes, awesome. If they say no, awesome. You planted a seed, right? You continue to build the relationship. You know, that's really where the rapport starts. I mean, that's my whole thing. It's like every day I get people in my inbox wanting to take a look at what I'm doing. I ATM them. I have a conversation with them about my business. But typically the reason I have people reaching out all the time is because I've created relationships. I built a personal brand. It's not people that I met yesterday, a week ago, a month ago. Does that happen? Absolutely. But you'd be shocked by how many people will eventually end up in your business or at least looking at your business if you continue to show up, if you continue to stay in contact with that person. There's so many people out there that it's really just a timing thing. I mean, I don't know anyone, at least I haven't met anyone that would hate residual income. I've never met anybody say, no, I don't want to make any money unless I'm exchanging time for dollars. I would not want to earn a single dollar when I'm not working. I've never met anybody that would turn away residual income. So it's just a timing thing, right? It's just a matter of time before they say, yes, I want to take a look. Yes, I want to learn more about your product. Yes, you can add me to that group. Yes, I want to have a conversation with your mentor. Yes, I'm ready to get started. It's just a matter of time. I literally believe every one of my Facebook friends, every single person I'm connected with at some point in time will either purchase something I'm offering, they'll buy one of my products, they'll end up in my business eventually, because I'm going to continue to show up. I'm going to continue to be a light during these dark times. I'm going to continue to provide value. And if all of you think long-term and you don't make it about cashing checks today, I shared this with my team this morning, the marketplace does not reward neediness. If you come to the market with need, with your own self-interest, right? Your own selfish reasons for having conversations and putting out content just so you can sell and make a buck, and it's just about you, you're never going to win big in network marketing and business, period. You're never going to build a following of people that want to learn from you, that want to be a part of what you're doing, because you're not showing up with authenticity. You're not showing up with an abundant mindset. You're not a giver. You're a taker. How many of us have ever had a boss or a partner or, been in a relationship with a taker, right? How many of us have ever been in a relationship with someone that's selfish, self-centered? They're an egomaniac. Those people don't typically do well on social media. They don't typically do well in our business unless they're making a difference, unless they're making an impact, unless they're providing value. They're building social equity, or they're trying to withdraw from an empty bank account. I said this yesterday in one of the videos I did. I said, the reason most people suck at selling and recruiting because they're always selling and recruiting. That's why they suck at it. And Marina, if you go to her page, if you check her out on Instagram, if you look at her stories, she's showing her cute kids and, her lifestyle, and she's doing silly TikToks and having fun with her life. She's enjoying her what she does with her brand. Like, she's having fun with it. And you can see that in her content. You can see that in her videos. And that's really what it's all about. And she's not constantly selling and pitching and promoting her stuff. But when she does promote, when she does have an offer, people flock to it. I mean, literally, I can't say certain things, but no income claims. Just know she's doing pretty good. She's doing pretty good. And the truth of the matter is, it's because she's continued to show up for 8 years, first 2 years, lost money. I can relate to that. I spent more than I made my first 2 years in network marketing, but kept going, kept showing up, kept doing videos when she didn't have a lot of people watching her videos, right? Kept putting out content.
I think at one point you were the only one watching my video.
Right, right. That's how, and you know what? That's actually a really good point. Marina was doing videos in the very early days of Facebook Live, and I might hop on there and be the only person on the broadcast because it was over in your business page. And business pages were really tough to get traction on back then. And I would show up. I'd be commenting. I would inbox you, be like, hey, that last video, that was awesome. And actually, I was being authentic. I wasn't just saying it. I was like, man, she's really good at videos. Like, you've got some raw talent. You've got an ability there. She just hadn't been doing it long enough to be noticed. But she kept showing up, and now she's got a massive following, a 7-figure personal brand. Her network marketing team just had the biggest month they've ever had. So she's a prime example of what it looks like to show up consistently. And it's not easy. I know how hard she works. I know what she does. And I just think all of us have to appreciate the fact that if you're not where you want to be yet, it's just a matter of time. If you're not generating leads, you're just not generating leads yet. If the influencers, you're using these scripts and you're doing everything she's teaching, and you're not getting results, it's just yet, right? It's just you're not getting results yet. You're not getting responses yet. You're not building a following yet. But here's the deal, and I talk about this all the time, and my videos were pretty bad in the beginning. Thank God I didn't have a lot of people watching them back then. I am so thankful that a lot of the people I'm friends with today and connected with today, that they didn't follow me back then because they probably wouldn't have followed for very long. I mean, I literally had videos where I'm driving a car. I've got the phone like this. I'm talking to the phone. You can see up my nose, and I'm just rambling about stuff. And I'll say this, I don't think the content was that bad, but the angles were. You follow me, right? I got people bashing me going, you shouldn't be doing videos driving. I'm arguing with them, which, by the way, I don't do videos driving anymore. But back then I was a knucklehead. So anyway, I went on a rant there, but I hope you guys got some value. Smash that heart button if you loved this conversation. If you're going to be 333, if you're going to follow Marina, and if you're excited for those scripts, let us know. This is on our podcast, our YouTube channel, our Facebook, our Twitter. So wherever you're watching this, wherever you're listening to this, make sure you subscribe, you follow us. When we go live and we put out content, you will get notified. And if you want more training just like this, go to mylifestyleacademy.com. And like I said, follow Marina Simone. Marina, any any closing thoughts before we wrap this up?
Just keep with it. Keep at it. Get that posture. If you have to listen to this 5,000 different times, listen to this over and over again in order to practice, get the script, and really just get yourself going. But you can totally do what we did. I mean, it's really not rocket science. I promise you guys, you're worth it, and you can absolutely start doing the 333 today.
And let's go slay May. Happy birth month.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.